My name is Brian Glick. Today we're going to look at a specialized grip from the closed guard who gives us access to a triangle and also a back take. This is a grip that takes advantage of one of the key principles of any attack to the upper body, the arm specifically, but also the triangle, which is the principle of separating your partner's elbow from their ribs. And anytime you can keep your partner's elbow away from their ribs or their hips, it makes it much easier to attack their upper body. Okay? Now, when we're in the closed guard, when gi or no gi, often our partner, especially if they're down on their knees, is focused on keeping their elbows in because they're conscious that as the person who is in a more defensive position, if their arms become extended, then they become more vulnerable. So their defenses become less effective. On the contrary, when we're on the bottom and we're looking to attack, and we can elongate an arm, separate it from the ribs, separate it from the hip, then our attacks tend to become a little bit more effective. So we're going to take advantage of this idea using the specialized grip, the figure 4 bicep. So we're going to begin in the closed guard, and the way that we're going to start off is oftentimes you'll find your partner posting here, controlling your biceps. The idea is that they're there to prevent you from getting grips. A lot of times when they bend their elbows here, it makes inside position very difficult. It's harder to control your partner's collar. So we're going to begin by swimming our right hand to the inside, and then we're going to pass our partner's arm from our bicep here to our wrist. We're going to just raise our arm and pass it across, using our thumb here as a grip. And as we do so, sometimes your partner is going to have a little bit of a sticky grip, so it's important that you think about bringing your arm forward up across your center line. We're going to use that to pass off, and here we have a grip. We're going to go ahead and confirm our grip here on our partner's wrist. We're going to use our knees to bring our partner forward, and we're going to take our forearm and our elbow and bring them inside so that we can put a bend in our partner's arm. In order to get your partner's arm to bend, it's not enough just to pull with your left arm or to push with your right. You have to use a combination of both. So we use this push with our right hand as well as a pull with our left to be able to lock this figure 4 grip. And you can see what this grip does. It takes our partner's elbow from facing them and begins to turn it to face us. And this is about as far away from his ribs or his hips as his elbow can go. So we begin with this figure 4. So once again, we have the bicep grip on our partner has a bicep grip. We're going to do a pass off from our left bicep to our right hand. Then we're going to do a slight sit up and lock the figure 4 grip and keep it tight to our partner's body here. So the hand is driving in. Next, we're going to off balance our partner. So with our guard locked, initially we have good control. We're going to unlock and plant our foot so that we can move our hips slightly out towards the side of the arm that we have trapped. Then we're going to plant our right leg, and our left leg is going to come up high. What we want is to be able to get this hand out of the picture. A lot of times when you're working grips from the closed guard, your partner will be using the second hand to interfere with your grips. So we want to get this hand here planted on the mat. So once again, we pass off and we lock. We're going to move our hips out. Right foot goes to the floor, and the left leg is going to rise here, and we're going to clip our partner right behind their shoulder, right at their shoulder and their tricep. As we do so, it's almost like a flower sweep. We're going to use this to bring our partner's head out and force them to put their hand on the floor. If they don't, of course, they'll fall, they'll put their shoulder on the floor, they'll face plant, so they have a good incentive to put that hand on the mat. When we see this happening, we're going to bring our hips up and we're going to extract and place our right foot not around the corner for the triangle quite yet, but we're going to have an initial stopping point right at our partner's shoulder. Once we have this grip, your partner's grip becomes a little bit more difficult. So as they go to reach around, you have control from the inside position. Now from here, we're going to pull with our arms and extend so that we can shoot our right knee up over the line of our partner's shoulder. Right heel goes down, left leg goes over the top, and we trap. Now we want to be careful here not to relax our legs too much or to bring our partner's head towards us, which will allow them to start to bring their elbow back. Instead, we focus on keeping our partner's elbow facing our chin, and we give a little bit of an extension with our hip so that as he goes to bring his elbow back here, he finds it's very difficult. Now, we're going to take our left leg and we're going to extend, so by putting our knee over our partner's shoulder, and we're going to windshield wiper here. The left hand, which is holding our partner's wrist, the right hand, we're going to pass off to the left, and our right arm is going to scoop inside our partner's arm. It's also acceptable to scoop inside the leg. Often you'll find that the near shoulder is a little bit closer. We drive the heel down. From here we can lock the figure of 4, and we have a very powerful version of the triangle. Okay, so from a different angle here. We begin in a closed guard. Our partner has their hands on our biceps, good inside position for our partner. We swim inside 1, we reach, and we do a pass off. Don't worry about trying to reach all the way across and catch your partner's wrist. Instead, you're going to bring that wrist to you by bringing your arm across. Now we have this firm grip around our partner's wrist. We can put our left arm through and fold over so that we lock this figure 4 grip here. The key detail is turning your partner's elbow to face your chin. Now we begin the process of off-balancing and interrupting their use of their free hand. We plant, move our hips out, right foot goes on the floor, and we use a pendulum action with our left leg to drive and put our partner's hand on the mat. Now from here, we retract and we post. Again, we don't want to be too hasty with trying to throw the leg over the top. We want to post here in case your partner begins to give you some resistance. Now you can use this foot to monitor your partner's left arm. We're going to shoot the leg over the top, and now from here, we can begin by controlling our own shin. The left knee goes over our partner's shoulder, which allows us to pivot, windshield wiper, and the right arm becomes a scoop grip. As he goes to posture up and away here, we have a firm control with the underhook with the right hand. The left hand holds our shin. Now from here, we can lock the figure of 4, and we have a very strong finish. So one last time. So, 1, the pass off, and we get our grip here. We pass the arm across, and once again, we have to fold. Again, very important, we have 2 forces at work. One is the push of the right hand driving our partner's hand towards their body. The other is the pull of the left arm that exposes the elbow and moves it away from our partner's body. Now that we have our grip, we can post, begin to scoot our hip out to the side, plant our foot, and then we use this left leg to drive. We retract, and we post the foot. Very important here, as we fire the right leg over the top, don't have lazy hips. Okay, you don't want to leave your hips down on the ground and shoot your leg up over the top and have your partner pull away like so. You want to have a firm hook with your left leg, so this left leg is active, and that hook allows us to climb our hips up so that our hips reach towards the line of our partner's armpit. Now we can pass off, control our shin. Even as he gives some resistance here, we're scooping. That's allowing us to create an angle. And rather than posting the foot on the floor, we're pushing off of the front side of our partner's shoulder so that we can lock the figure of 4 and finish with the triangle. So this method, again, very effective for separating our partner's elbow, which is the key to a lot of attacks, Jujigatami, triangles, omoplatas, and many others. And we do that with this counter force, right hand pushing, left hand pulling, the separation, then from there an off balance that allows us to lock up the triangle.